What up, what up, what up, what up? Hello to my good people. Thank you to my new subscribers, my listeners, my new and old subscribers. Thank y'all. Y'all support means a lot. And I appreciate y'all. So let's jump right into this one. One of the toughest battles you'll ever face is on your righteous path or your path to becoming your high self. When you're trying to do right, that's when the devil messes with you the most. That's when a dark cloud follows you everywhere you go. When you're trying to do right. You ever notice that? See, the devil ain't gonna mess with you. When you living a messed up life, when you doing this dirty work, of course, he ain't gonna mess with you. But start doing right and straighten your life up and find out what you want to become in life. When you on that path, oh, you gonna get some tests. Like my dad said, life is one big test. A person on their path to their own self destruction, of course, they not gonna have too many tests because they gonna lead to their own demise anyway. So the devil's gonna be like, okay, leave him alone. I'm not gonna mess with him or her because he already doing my dirty work. So why mess with them when I can mess with Tom or Mo over there or Keisha because they trying to stay righteous. They trying to become better. So that's one thing I noticed. Say for a relationship, right? Now when you're trying to do right by your significant other, whether y'all married or not, whether you trying to stay on the right path, the straight and narrow. Now, yeah, you gonna have friends and family. They gonna try to influence you to do wrong by this person because why? They condone this stuff and they doing wrong by the people by the person they with. So of course they're gonna try and influence you. Or I mean, another thing is they might not even have nobody. So they trying to break y'all up. So they gonna try to put little stuff in your ear. Like, oh, you can be your own boss. You don't gotta stay tied down to one person. They gonna tell you little junk like that. But when you on your righteous path, that's why they telling you this because they trying to mess your path up. So the thing is, stay focused. That's the advice I got for y'all. Now nobody tell you it's gonna be easy. I'm not even gonna tell y'all that. It's gonna be a test. So like I said, every step along the way is gonna be a test. And like I said, it's gonna be hard. Believe that. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to like I said, when you got that good man at home, you got a king at home that he cooking and cleaning and providing, he taking care of the kids, and you got a good man at home, yeah. It's gonna be hard for you telling your girlfriends when they try to influence you to do wrong by your good man, by your king. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard to turn them down, but you know what you gotta tell her? You gotta tell her no. Oh, if she's trying to get you to step out on him, you gotta tell her no. I don't care how long y'all knew each other. See, it gotta come a chance where you gotta choose your relationship or your friends, your relationship or your family. You gotta choose because you trying to prove your loyalty to these people and you trying to stay connected to them. Your whole relationship gonna be screwed up. Hanging with them, and then not only that, a buddy of mine, right? Check this out. I got a story for you. A buddy of mine, him and this girl, they was together years ago. They not together now. I mean, they still friends, but check this out. So this can connect to what I'm telling y'all now about staying on your path. So basically, basically he doing right by her by this and that means. I mean, nobody's perfect at the end of the day, but give a person credit for trying, right? So he told me this long time ago, years ago when they were together. He was like, yeah, cause she have her girlfriend. She older, like they in their 40s and all this. So he said, yeah, the only reason they trying to persuade her to go out and do all this other mess and be messy is because they alone. But he said, yeah, they want somebody to join them and be lonely with them. But as soon as they get a man, they're not going to be around like that no more, which is true because her girlfriends they got a man, and some of them have moved away, and she rarely saw them anymore. Some of them that got married or got in relationships, and no, they was gone like train smoke. So I mean, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. She was trying to badmouth his name and all that, and to them, but come to find out, they wasn't even calling her like that, no more because why? They had somebody now, so they not tripping off that like no more. So some people only hang around you until they got something better to do, and when something better comes along, then they basically say the hell with you. They give you the finger, and they'll be gone. So and it's the same with guys. Guys, when you trying to stay on the righteous path for doing your queen right, if you got a good queen at home that cook, clean, and work, provide, take care of the kids, she a good wife or whatever if y'all married. And if you are out here, you gonna have buddies, you gonna have family members because I know how it is. You gonna have buddies or family members, or you might have coworkers. They gonna try to persuade you to do what they doing because they messing around the street, so they want somebody to join them. So they gonna, but like I said, you gotta tell them no because, like I said, as a man, if you any type of real man and you respect your queen, you gotta choose between the streets or your family, your buddies, or your family you got at home. Your family is trying to screw stuff up, or you got to choose between them and your wife, your wife, kids, or whatever. So y'all got to make that choice because, like I said, you can't call yourself all this real. I'm real this, I'm real that. But if you're not being real with your significant other, then you're not real in my book. I don't care what y'all say. So like I said, y'all gotta, like I said, do better with that stuff. Like I said, yeah, I'm not telling nobody what to do. I'm just giving y'all a little bit of friendly advice. But you know, you're gonna lose people along the way. You buddies of yours is trying to persuade you to do the wrong by your good queen at home. You're gonna have to let them go if they're trying to influence you to do wrong by her, because that's not right. Yeah, like I said, for y'all queens out there, if y'all got girlfriends that's trying to persuade y'all to do wrong by your king at home, y'all gotta let them go. I mean, even if you don't cut them off all the way, you gotta let them know where you stand at. Let them know you choosing your good man at home because you're not jeopardizing what you got at home for that trash out in the street. That same with y'all kings, so-called kings. If you got buddies or family members and they try to influence you to do wrong by your good queen at home, you gotta make a choice. You gotta let them know. Say, look, bro. I don't mean y'all no harm, but I got a good woman at home, and I'm not. I can't go with y'all. I can't hang out with y'all at the club, whatever. If y'all trying to have me doing messed up stuff that's going to jeopardize my family, then you know I can't hang with y'all. I mean, I can be cool with y'all, but and like I said, that's the stance I had to take. When I was with some, I had to stay on there right in their straight and narrow path. I mean, none of us is perfect. Even me, I wasn't perfect, but I was trying to do right by the person I was with. Because I'm not gonna have you looking bad out in these streets if you a good woman to me. I'm not gonna have you out here looking like a fool to these other females. So, but yeah, on your path, you're gonna lose people. So if you're not willing to lose people, then you don't want what you want as bad as you say you want it. Because along the way, every step of the way, you're going to take losses. You're going to. Because everybody can't go with you, and you got to understand it. Even though it might hurt, you might want everybody to go, but everybody's not meant to go with you on your journey. But no matter what, you can't let this mess that be going on out here. You can't let that distract you. If it don't have nothing to do with your goals and where you trying to go, you gotta cut that off. You know. Sometimes you gotta cut all the fun out, all the clubbing out, all that. Uh, I'm gonna give y'all another story, right? That's like all the eating out, right? So since the pandemic, I was eating. Before the pandemic. Let's talk about before the pandemic. I was eating out a lot, right? So I've been eating out for years. So I came to a conclusion. Because I was cooking off and on, but I wasn't really eating in all like that. So come down the pandemic, like when work slowed up and all that, I was looking where all my money was going. So I seen that I was okay eating out a lot. So I'm like, I'm giving these people all this money, but you hear about all these stories about horse meat and human meat found in delivery trucks and all this other mess. And so I was like, okay, let me try cooking this. So I started cooking them, right? So when I cleaned my dad up, I started feeling better, had more energy and all that stuff. So I noticed when I was on my path. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I noticed when I was on my path that certain people, when I really got serious about eating in and cooking in and stuff like that, I noticed that certain people, they would try to persuade me to go back to my old ways, like going back to eating out all the time. And like I said, it ain't no pleasing people because when I used to eat out like mostly every day, people was telling me, "Oh, you need to cook in and all that," and I feel sorry for you. You don't got no woman to cook for you. So in the like a month or so into the pandemic, I just stopped digging everything out of the freezer, cooking. Eat more healthier like vegetables and all that, drinking more water, and I basically was slowly but surely. It was a struggle at first, but I cut eating out. I cut the eating out. And now I'm at the point where I rarely eat out. It's like you find out what's in that stuff and all, and you never know what you eat. It's like I got to the point where I don't even want to eat out hardly none. If I can help it. So people thought I was playing about eating in. So certain people, older guys, tell me, he's like, "Oh man, when because they used to me eating out like different days, like." Some days I get Camerons, I would get sometimes McDonald's, different things, Popeyes, Eddie Leonard, Chinese food, and then I'm like, dang, I'm eating all this trash. I wonder why. It's like you gotta be careful, like they say, what you put in your body. So if you put trash in your body, then you gonna feel trashy. So you are what you eat. So if I start cleaning my dad up, older guy's like, he's like, yeah, what you, when you going to Cameron's again? Because I used to eat Cameron's. Cameron's was one of my favorite spots, but I was spending money these places. And that's what my money was going. So I'm like, if I stop doing this, I can be free to do other things I want to do, since the pandemic. So pandemic woke me up to a certain extent to a lot of things, that I wasn't seeing before. It's like Lil Wayne said, some things you don't know that you're doing until you stop doing it. So I stopped doing certain things, and I'm like, dang, I was like, okay, I don't need this, that, and the third because I can cook in instead of eating out. So dude, like he's like, yeah, when you going to Cameron's or this place again? I'm like, what I told him? I said, I'm not thinking about none of them places. They feed you garbage. You don't know what you eating half the time. And then people wonder why they end up in the hospital or why they don't have much energy because of why they feeling sluggish. Because you putting this trash into your body with you don't know how long that stuff been sitting out. It's just a lot of stuff. But like I said, it's not their job to care about you. It's your job. So I had to make the transition of cooking in more, and I start seeing results. But certain people, like I said, certain people they don't mess with you no more. Like while you was on your path to your own demise, okay, they like that. They mess with you, but they start distancing themselves away from you. Certain people when you don't have them old ways no more. They used to the old you. They not used to the new you, so they can't accept the new you. So certain people, yeah, they gonna keep their distance. I mean, other people I had to cut back or cut off because they want for my best interest. But that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's a part of staying on your path. You gotta be willing to lose people. You gotta be willing to cut people off in order to get to where you're going at. Because if people not seeing your vision, they're not gonna do you no good. They ain't gonna do nothing but sidetrack you from your where you trying to go in life. So that's another thing. That's like say for instance, that's like other things like if you used to be on drugs or you used to be a drunk, uh, and like I said, your old homies they can't accept the new. Some on will, but other ones okay. They used to the old you. They not used to the new you that's sobered up and that's not on drugs no more. So they gonna try to persuade you back to them old ways. But you gotta stay strong and stay on your path, no matter if they don't talk to you ever again or whatever they do. You gotta let them be them, let them do them. If they still got them old ways, see, one thing I learned about people that's not going nowhere in life, they want you to go nowhere with them. So if you're not joining them and going nowhere, then see, they gonna have all kind of negative stuff to say about you. And I still go through this to this day, but I don't care because I'm still on my path and I'm making progress. So that's like you got certain people that was in the street before and they did all kind of crimes and then they did time in jail. They's in and out of jail. They missed time out of their family's life, out of their kids' life, and it's like certain time they can't get back no more. So some of these people that was fortunate to make it out of the streets or make it out of the drug game, some of them are living positive lives now. Some of them they might be making videos on YouTube. Some of them are real good fathers now. They good husbands to their wives. And they trying to just be positive now because they lived a negative life back then, but they trying to lead that in the past. That don't mean they won't go back to old ways if they got to, but they're trying their best to be positive and lead the way. They're trying to. Some of them are trying to be leaders for their kids because they don't want their kids. Some of them don't want their kids following their old ways. They want their kids seeing the new and improve them, and saying their old ways is not okay. Their new ways is the way to go. So they trying to just make the best example they can for their kids. But even them, they face challenges too. I know they have old homies or buddies trying to bring up their past about what they used to do, and people do that. They try to throw dirt in your face, and they try to dig at your past because they can't handle you in the present or what you might become in the future. So, especially if you surpass them, if y'all used to hang out back then, but you surpassed them, and they still in the hood. If you got out the hood, they can't stand to see you out of what they still in. Because they still in that same that mindset. Like I said, some people can't think beyond where they are now. So, you know, that's another thing. You got people that will show you the world, but if your mind is just ready for the city, then you're not going to see what they're trying to show you. If they're trying to show you the world. So that's my take on that. But your path on your righteous path for becoming your higher self, you're gonna have to make sacrifices. It ain't gonna come easy, but it's all about how bad you want it. It ain't about doing any old thing to get somewhere, but you gotta make sacrifice. Along the way, you're gonna have to make changes. You're gonna have a lot of stuff. You're gonna even have to get out your comfort zone. In order to grow. But that's about what sums that up. So whatever path you on, you're gonna have. If you stick to your straight and narrow path or your righteous path, whatever you want to call it, you're gonna have tests come from a lot of places that you thought it wouldn't come from. People too, from these tests going, because people want to test you, your family or whoever. But these tests, some of these tests, God will put in your path to see, okay, how bad he wanted, how bad does she want it? He or she is praying to me saying that she wants this real bad, but how bad does she want it? Because like I said, talk is cheap, but actions are everything. So that's about sums that up. So y'all can take what I'm saying and y'all can use it for your benefit. Like, any positive path you're gonna choose is gonna come with tests. It ain't no way around that. They're not gonna test the person that's not trying to get further. They're not gonna test them. They might get tested some, but the person that the person that's gonna get tested the most is the one that's trying to be on their righteous path or trying to want better for themselves. Everybody gonna get tested one way or another. But if you already doing the devil's work, you already gonna lead your own self to your demise. So they not too much worried about you. A dark cloud will follow you around when you're trying to do the right thing. Know that. So that's it. That's all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if you ain't already subscribed yet. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you comment. Comment any of your thoughts y'all have. Y'all free to talk to me in the comments. Any videos ideas y'all want to see. Y'all get in the comments. Talk. Don't be scared to talk in the comments, and y'all can share these videos. Tell people y'all know and spread the word. So I'm hopefully all y'all is in good spirits and good health. Hopefully, y'all stay on a positive tip. Don't let the negativity, get you down. And y'all enjoy the rest of y'all. What is this, Wednesday? We getting ready for Thursday, so y'all enjoy. We're in the middle of the week, so y'all hopefully everybody enjoyed the day. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.